Okay, I'm already back with another video. I just got out of the shower and I decided to make a video because I had some thoughts that were going through my mind and they were just flooding through, so I had to make this before my thoughts dissipated. But what I was thinking is that first of all, I wanted to address the issue of this particular person that keeps popping up. This person's name keeps resurfacing over and over and over again. And I do know that Polly was friends with a person by the name of Townsend. I'm not sure if Townsend is his first name or his last name, but I do believe he has something to do with my employment. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm throwing it out there. But, you know, it just seems like things are starting to come together in my brain a little bit more. And, you know, the more I think about it, the more disturbed I am, okay? Now, this video is mostly about Piggy and Polly and their relationship and the dynamics of them. And I'm suspecting that my sister has a relationship with Polly. This is what I'm assuming just based on all of this, okay? Polly will not answer the door. She will not talk to me. She has completely shut me out because she knows she's guilty in all of this, okay? I suspect Polly has been persecuting me, and I know her sister is a head of a church in Arizona, and my sister has a lot of power and control because her sister is involved in a religious movement. And because I don't believe in her version of Christianity, Polly has taken it upon herself to use this as a tool against me, okay? The weird part is about Polly is that Polly, I guess she was in a sanitarium for a while when she was younger. She seems like she doesn't know much about the world, okay? I think she is one of those cookie-cutter Christians that think showing up in church every once in a while and affiliating yourself with a bunch of people is somehow going to absolve her of her sins, or she somehow feels as though that's a good enough job. It's not, okay? Now, I want to talk about the relationship that I suspect that she has with Piggy. Now, Piggy, I'm going to say that it took me a long time to realize what was going on, and a lot of it was I had to kind of brush it off out of my mind because it was just too weird for me. I had my suspicions. Like, something came to me a few years ago, and I kept thinking, no, that's too far-fetched. That's just too far-fetched. So I just kind of etched it out of my mind, okay? And then I came back here to Bakersfield back in 2015, and I had this really intense feeling that something bizarre and sick was going on. And I remember expressing it to my mother as well as my son that I suspected that was going on. And then in the last few weeks, it was just like, there's no doubt. I feel it. I mean, I know it. It's there. And I'm disgusted by it, okay? However, I do see Piggy as a form of, I believe he's a victim of child abuse. And I still think, even though at his age right now, his mother still has a lot of control over him because he has been programmed. Regardless of that, I do not feel attraction towards him because of that, okay? I think it's disgusting. But I will continue to be his friend. Why? Because he is a victim of abuse, whether he realizes it or not. Okay, here's the thing, okay? This is what people need to understand, okay? First of all, how is this Christian, okay? I'm going to tell you what. In the Bible talks about this very setup, okay? And it is considered an abomination, okay? And I'm not trying to tear into Polly, but I want people to open their minds to what they think is bad and what they think is good, because people have a hard time deciphering and making these decisions and understanding things, okay? So basically, I've been persecuted for not being a part of a religion that if this was on a television show, okay, and you were watching it, these scenes being played out, you would see that I'm actually the one who's right, okay? But you have the majority of people in participating in this, and the fact of the matter is you guys have been seriously misled, okay? This woman is a corrupt woman, and she is in the wrong, okay? And she's using religion to promote something that is very filthy, okay? Now, I know that, you know, to each his own, okay? And seriously, I really do believe that people have the right to do whatever they want. Like, I've used people who practice polygamy as an example many times, okay? Personally, polygamy is not for me, okay? But do you think I'm going to be mean or socially exclude people because they practice? If I lived next door to a polygamist, I would still treat these people with the utmost respect. Why? As long as they're not bothering me, that's fine, okay? Am I going to continue to be married to somebody who practices polygamy in any form? I'm going to say no. I'm going to find my way out, okay? I will never be a part of some weird thing, especially under the situation of you know, that being his mother, that's really sick. Now, granted, yes, he was adopted, okay? But I suspect that he was adopted for that reason, okay? Just for the very fact that he has never seemed to have progressed further than somebody with the mentality of a 16-year-old child, okay? So it looks as though, to me, he has been abused for many years, okay? That's my logical reasoning on it. Okay, but I think he's a fun person. That's one of the reasons why he and I got together, because he and I, well, when I first came here, I'm going to tell you what, I was a partier, but, you know, I did my fair share of drinking and stuff like that, and, you know, I don't do that really anymore. I don't, because my stomach just can't take it. But I will say, you know, he and I were like drinking buddies, okay, and we got along on those levels, you know. We talk a bunch of BS and stuff, and he was more like a buddy, okay, and so we kind of clicked that way. And so, you know, I would say my relationship with him seems more like a sibling type relationship than anything. But I care about him. I do. I care. Like, if something happened to him, I would literally cry. I mean, I feel so bad for him. I mean, I think he, deep down inside, his mind-controlled brain, I think he's a good person, okay? I'm one of those people who try to pick through things if I think somebody's worth picking through, okay? In Polly's situation, she believes that Christianity is some form of affiliation, okay, and that because I choose not to be a warped person, because I want to pursue and believe in things that are true or have a meaning in my life, and I reject any sort of hypocrisy, she's going to attack me, okay? And plus, I also think she attacks me because she feels as though I have more influence over her son, okay, which she refuses to acknowledge the fact that her son is an adult. And the bizarre part about it, the more I'm starting to think about it, is that her attachment to him is extremely unhealthy. I do remember talking to somebody one time and using the term emotional incest. I had no idea that this was also a sexual thing too, but it starts to make sense, okay? The thing is that she has no right to persecute me for my religious beliefs, and this goes for the rest of the town, okay? The town has persecuted me for something that was completely wrong, okay? And then, of course, you got the Facebook drama on top of it, but as far as the religious part, you know, that you guys really need to wake the hell up, okay? Look at this situation. I want you to think about people who've been corrupt in the past, and this is no different, okay? Now, I want to say that people may have assumed that because I'm with Piggy that I would participate in something like that. I'm going to tell you no, okay? You know, the thing is, people can do whatever they want. I know there's certain families who practice that sort of stuff, okay? But that's just not for me, okay? To me, I want people's mothers to be their mother. I mean, I like mothers who bake cookies and tell stories, and that's the kind of shit that I respect, okay? But you know what? To each his own. But I don't want to be a part of that, okay? Aside from that, to me, why would I want to have some sort of sexual relationship with an old woman? Gross. Ew. You know, that's disgusting. I don't find her attractive in any way, shape, or form. And the very fact that that's just gross, okay? It's gross to me. I mean, no, hell no, okay? So I'm disgusted by her, period. I look at him as a very sad person, period. I feel sorry for him, okay? And that's pretty much how that goes. So back to her. I would never have anything to do with Polly, ever. I think she's like the lowest scum of the earth, and she has no reason to live. So, now, do I think a lot of it has, I mean, I don't, she needs to look at herself, okay, and see that she's an abusive person, and it's up to her to change her life, okay? And here's another person who really should be socially ostracized. She should be socially ostracized, number one, for being so disrespectful by bringing Jesus into something so vile, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, I had contacted Jackie Sullivan when I realized that I was dealing with the workplace mobbing, with the gang stalking. I contacted Jackie Sullivan. Her behavior was very wrong, okay? And she was sitting here talking about how she wants America to be like the rest of this, like Bakersfield. Don't do this, Jackie Sullivan. I want you to open up your eyes, okay? If you're following the steps of Polly or Esther Gooding or whatever, open up your eyes and see this for what it really is, okay? These people are corrupt, okay? No, do not make America like Bakersfield. Please do not do that, okay? Please retract that statement, or at least understand that you've made a mistake and try to do better on that, because that's just wrong, okay? It's just absolutely wrong. And I'm not trying to attack you, Jackie. Maybe you do try to be a better Christian. Maybe everybody's trying to be. Okay, but please learn from this. Don't spread this crap all across the nation. I beg of you, please do not do that. So yeah, so you're probably wondering, okay, well then why are you still hanging out here? Because I have a job, okay? You know, I'm either going to be homeless or I stay here. I don't have a choice, okay? And just because I'm staying here doesn't mean that I'm going to miss him when I leave, okay? I've been hanging out with him for a very long time. I consider him somebody I care about, okay? But I understand the way it is. It is what it is, okay? I can't continue my life with somebody who does something like that. I just can't. It just is what it is, okay? I will always care about him. If I'm ever in Bakersfield, I will make sure I stop by and have he's going to try to stop drinking, but I will always care about him. I'm always going to send him Christmas cards and do whatever I can to let him know I still care. But as far as me, no way. I'm here till I can get something better and I can get on with my life, okay? I need to drop all these people. This is disgusting to me, number one. Number two, yeah, I'm definitely, the Grahams are not a part of me, okay? I don't want anything to do with Esther Gooding. She can sit here and try to get a petition to make me Christian all she wants to. I will never practice her form of Christianity, period, okay? I have no respect for it, okay? Don't have it. Will never have it, okay? I don't want it. Just don't even bring it up to me, okay? Forget about it. Forget about it. Now, some people might have said, well, because, you know, Maria, you're not extremely sexual. I'm going to say that I think that sex has its place, but I don't think that it's the main, it should be the main focus in a relationship. It really shouldn't, okay? Yeah, sex has its place, okay, but I think people put too much emphasis on it, okay? Now, do I think David Bowie is somebody that, you know, he elicits those sort of feelings? Okay, he's goddamn gorgeous, okay? But still, you know, I think people put so much emphasis on sex that they tend to forget what love is, okay? And so I think people have that mixed up, and I don't want to be one of those kind of people. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good view, okay? So I am not interested in whatever those weird, freaky people Polly does, okay? I would never want to be a part of it. I have never found her attractive. That's disgusting. I mean, just the thought of it, which I seen pictures of her when she was younger, but I never even thought of her in a sexual way, ever, never. Okay, and that was when I thought she was like a good mom, somebody who actually adopted kids because she wanted to share her life with somebody and open her home to somebody, and thought she was a good, honorable, respectable woman. Now, I mean, that's even more disgusting, okay? And I sure as hell would never let an old woman touch me. That's sick. And I certainly sure as hell would never touch an old woman. So, gross. Disgusting. Okay, so, but, you know, I would also like to say that I know that, and I know incest, when I think about incest on different levels, every culture practices incest, but when you look at the statistics, white people tend to have more of an open mind towards that issue than black people, okay? And that goes for any other race, okay? I've had conversations with white people, and we would talk about, and they would come openly talk about how they had the hots for their cousin, and I would be like, ooh, you know? That, to me, maybe it's a cultural thing, who knows, okay? But that shit just doesn't fly with me, okay? Doesn't fly with me. So I'm not knocking people. I mean, like I said, to each his own. Leave me the hell out of that. And I'm just going to wrap this video up for their evening, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.